All right, Leo, it looks like some of you are like literally walking away from your dreams here and you're putting everything into just one path. And I think it's because you feel like that is the right thing to do here. So from the Halloween Oracle, Cauldron, Synergy, and Healing, and then from Hidden Realms, the Dream Walker. Dreams, the collective good, and illusions, and this did show up as a challenge for you. Now, Cauldron, this is saying that there is an importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best result. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Refuse to take just one single rigid pathway when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and experienced. And that's where I kind of feel like, you're putting everything into just one thing and like literally moving on from your dreams. Now, the Dream Walker is a challenge. It says this is the time to remind yourself of your passions and the aspirations you may have left behind. Perhaps you should reconsider and allow yourself your precious dreams again. And it's saying not to give up on them. And it's funny because it kind of has the same undertones as last week. Because it says again, be mindful that you have a unique and special purpose. You're always actively influencing your reality through your thoughts and reactions to life's changes. All right, Leo. Here's your overall for the week. Oh, fuck. All right. The Five of Swords. Now, with this being the overall, I don't look at you being the type here to try to one-up somebody. I think that you are probably in a situation here where there may be like a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of arguments going on. Or, like I said, the Five of Swords has a tendency to show up for me when we're dealing with someone that is, forcing their agenda onto you and like trying to keep you in place, right? But this is, this is rough. I'm looking at this going, why? Why does this have to be the overall? Now, hopefully, we're getting away from this or getting away from dealing with assholes. But we'll see. Ooh, I gotcha. All right. In the past, the Page of Swords, that little bastard, drives me nuts. The Page of Swords is the past coming through. There may be some fighting and miscommunication between you and another person, you and a group of people. It just depends here because of, the Page of Swords. When you're looking at that, you're talking about misinformation. Okay, a lot of people will point out the Page of Swords and they'll describe it the same as the Knight of Swords. But I question the truth when it comes to the Page of Swords because this is needing more information. Why? Asking the whys. Right? But if somebody has given you misinformation, that may be leading to, fighting, disagreement, things like that. That or, this is you not being very forthright about, some things that or maybe thinking about, right? It just depends here. But, I don't like the Page of Swords. This is not hearing what you want to hear. Okay, this is bad news. The messenger of conflict. He's not bringing shit to you that you want to hear. But it would make sense that misinformation would be causing some heated arguments or debates here with the Five of Swords. What the hell? It's going to be one of those weeks, I'm telling you. You and Cancer, the fucking devil, again. And, it goes without saying that this is unhealthy with the Five of Swords being there. But for some of you, you may feel like there's not much that you can do, right? Because I get the trapped feeling with the devil, But we'll see. We'll see how this is playing out. But clearly, with that being in the present moment, this is not a good situation to be in at all. And that misinformation may be keeping you in an unhealthy situation, which is possible for some of you. I don't necessarily feel like this is going to have to do with like temptation or your bad habits or anything like that. I just feel oppressed, constant oppression because of miscommunication and misinformation. Okay, all right. So coming out of this, the Seven of Wands. If you're responding in this way, I could see how somebody else wants to kind of continue the fight. But the thing is like, I get the feeling of, because when you're looking at the Seven of Wands, you're talking about speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, having the higher ground here. So I almost feel like justified in you defending yourself, but still it's bullshit, right? You shouldn't have to defend yourself over bullshit. I mean, that, you know, right? And for those of you who get upset with the cussing, like, I get it, I'm sorry, but that's just how I am, because it's bullshit. That's what it is. With the Five of Swords, you know, I mean, but with the Seven of Wands in future conditions, absolutely, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. You're going to have to fight for yourself, right? It's not a Nine of Wands type of thing, because you are right to speak up, you know. And it may be here that you know about, you know, what is being said here with the Page of Swords, you know, and for you, you have the facts and you're speaking up about it, but it's only because you're not going to allow yourself to be in unhealthy situations anymore, whether we're talking about relationship or work, you know. And again, especially if you're dealing with assholes, right, that aren't being very truthful though either. Your best path to follow, the King of Wands. You know, what I feel like telling you here is that, you know, and again, don't walk away from your passions and your dreams here. You know, be who you are, right? Like, get out there. There are other things to experience other than this, you know? And confidence, get that confidence back, right? You know, I love it when he shows up as advice. I hate it when he shows up as part of the conflict, right? Because, you know, he like the King of Swords walks a fine line, but, you know, his is not about being like brutal here. It's about being an arrogant asshole. But I don't think that that's you. I think that you need to kind of tap into that though, especially if you're having to fight for yourself or fight for what is right, you know. But don't lose sight of your passions. Like, I feel like you're going to gain some wisdom through this, but it may open the door for you to go ahead and do something that you wanted to do in the first place, you know, rather than putting everything into this. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. The Knight of Swords. You know, and I mean, look at it, right? If you're dealing with bullshit, you're coming straight out here and you're like, no, you're calling it for what it is. And, you know, here's the thing, right? It may be causing arguments, and this could be happening between you and another person here. But, you know, for you, it's like you have the truth. You're speaking the truth. You're still in an oppressive situation here with the Devil. But, you know, with the Seven of Wands, it may be something that you work through, which is possible. Because I kind of get the feeling of, okay, I'm going to hand you the harsh truth here. You may not have known the entire truth in the past, but here it is. Because I'm tired of it, you know, coming at me or like being brought up to you with that Five of Swords. I'm not doing that anymore. Here's the truth. Here's clarity. And here's what I'm no longer willing to deal with, you know. This has a big time feeling of you standing up for yourself, you know, and no longer being in oppressive situations, getting over addictions, things like that with the Devil. But, you know, maybe this is what you need to have happen to realize that there are some things that you forgot about, you know, things that you've wanted to do, right? Okay, your hopes and your fears, the High Priestess. Okay, I gotcha. One of the things that I talk about with the High Priestess, and she seems to be coming up a lot too, this is not really having the information, but knowing, like knowing, but not really having facts to support it. But the thing is that you're delivering it just the way it is. Now, the fear there would be that there are some things that, you know, are still being kept hidden here that you may find out about that's going to change the course of this and may continue these types of arguments, right? What else are you going to find out about? What else are you going to hear about, right? And they may not be lies, though, with the Page of Swords. I just don't think it's the full truth. Now, you know, with the Knight of Swords there, you know, this could definitely be that truth coming to you in full clarity in a really harsh way. But I don't feel like you're the one that's starting the argument, though. I feel like that is what you're dealing with. That is the situation, or what it will be, based on things that have been kept hidden. Now, on the other hand here, especially with the Seven of Wands coming out and looking at your advice, it may be that all the shit that you have been keeping bottled up needs to just boom and come out, you know? Because I kind of get the feeling here that you are on the right side. You're not the one that's here or, you know, causing this kind of drama and bullshit. Like, I don't know what else to call that, you know, because that's what it is. But it's not healthy for you. But, you know, with the High Priestess, though, too, it's, you know, hoping that the way that you're acting is in tune with, you know, what you intuitively know is right for you. But I still feel like this may be a fear of some other things that may come out. And then coming out the Six of Wands, you know, and there is at least some victory over this, you know. But then again, right, like, you may be, and it's funny because it's not you. Like, I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's the person that you're dealing with or the situation that you're dealing with. The Six of Wands could be pointing out the fact that you're dealing with somebody who is an attention whore. I mean, you know, but I'd like to look at this, especially with the Seven of Wands, and think that there's going to be at least some victory for you over this once you speak up, once you say something, right? Okay. Yeah. And you know, you're doing what's necessary here to protect yourself and protect what's important. This is basically not allowing that kind of nonsense to come back through here with the Nine of Wands coming out. But let's start here. So with the Knight of Wands, not the nine, the Knight. The nine is what's coming out after that. Now, if we're talking about, you know, did you hear about so-and-so doing this, this, and that? You know, that may be where that action is coming from with the Knight of Wands, right? But that may not be the truth. You may have a situation where somebody isn't exactly being truthful about what you're doing. Okay? Now, you know, the other thing here is thinking about the consequences of actions. But, you know, I don't necessarily feel like it's that. I feel like there is some misinformation out there based on what you may have done in the past. And it's causing a bunch of nonsense. Now, looking at the Three of Pentacles next to the Devil. Okay, this, you know, is preventing you from working on something, right? Like, I want to work this out is what I feel like. Because you know it's not right. You know it's creating, you know, a toxic situation for you. Right? But with the Knight of Swords, it's like, no, right? Like, here's the truth. Please don't listen to that, right? Like, be willing to hear me out, right? Now, with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands, this is because of the explosive nature of this, with all of this coming down. I feel like, you know, once you speak up for yourself here, you're immediately putting up the wall and saying, no more. No more. This is not happening again. I am not allowing this. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you've done in the past, but what is coming through and what's being said, I don't feel like is the truth here in this situation. Holy shit, Leo. You know, but I feel like, you know, and I'm surprised it didn't show up, some level of like justification here, you know, especially when you speak up. Like, oh, hell no. This is the truth. And it's not my fault if you're not willing to accept it. You know, and some of you may be worried about some of your secrets coming out. But the thing is, though, is, you know, we wouldn't be looking at you having some level of victory here coming out if you were doing something wrong. And then detachment, needing to detach yourself from situations that are going to continuously bring up this kind of argument and bullshit. All right. Play. Play is saying that, you know, you need some time to enjoy life. Okay. But if you're going out and enjoying life and people are talking behind your back about, do you know what this person did? Right. That's where you need to have confidence in that, you know, that you are doing the right thing here, that you're not doing anything, you know, bad, nothing that anybody should be talking about in the first place. But detachment, needing to detach yourself from these types of situations, right? So, you know, have fun. Don't like look at life like it's a burden because you can't, you know, have enjoyment without somebody saying something stupid. You know, that's kind of how I feel about that. Be confident in yourself and detach from it. And be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. Now, you know, if we're talking about a relationship here and like you needing to stand up for yourself, right? Don't push down the way that you feel. Absolutely speak up about it, right? Like, you know, say what you need to say, you know, but given the circumstances, it's understandable that, you know, you would be harsh and direct. I mean, how else are you supposed to be with this? You know, but then at the same time, right, if we're talking about working on things here, you need to show that, you know, you are still supporting the fact that you want things to be okay, especially with the Seven of Wands and then looking at the Three of Pentacles, you know. But, you know, as far as support, right, like if you want support, you have to show support. But it's funny with embrace your emotions. Like I felt like last week, some of you guys were like totally blocking them out. But you may be forced in a position where, you know, some anger may have to come out, which is possible here. But, you know, like I said, coming out, I do feel like this is going to be, you know, at least some level of victory over definitely some miscommunication, possibly lies and things being said about you, right? But make sure that you hold up that wall and go, oh, hell no, it's not coming back through. I choose not to deal with these kinds of situations again.